Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you have a great and wonderful day. Well, it seems that today we're going to go talking about a little bit about suicide, or at the very least, we're talking about the complete insanity to where Canada allows these type of people just to die. And we're going to go over a few things here as well that my opinions may not want to resonate with a lot of you, but I think it should because just maybe we should stop this insanity. I think there'll be actual reasons why sometimes euthanasia may be good, but again, we're always reaching this slippery slope of reaching to the ends of we'll just kill anybody we want to. And what we have here is that this has nothing to do with, having any kind of mental illness or her having some type of, or debilitating disease or what have you. She's just bored. Yeah, that's right. She's just bored. We're going to go over this. So we have this here from the Free Press. I'm 28 and I'm scheduled to die in May. Zoya Turbeek, 28, expects to be euthanized in early May. Her plan, she said, is to be cremated. I do not want to burden my partner with having to keep the grave tidy, Turbeek texted me. We have not picked an urn yet, but that will be my new house. She added an urn emoji after her house. Turbeek, who lives in a little Dutch town near the German border, once had ambitions to become a psychiatrist, but she was never able to muster the will to finish school or start a career. She said she was hobbled by her depression and autism and borderline personality disorder. Now, she was tired of living, despite, she said, being in love with her boyfriend, a 40-year-old IT programmer, and living in a nice house with their two cats. She called her psychiatrist, telling her that they had tried everything, that there's nothing more we could do for you, it's never going to get any better. At that point, she said she decided to die. I was always very clear that if it doesn't get better, I can't do this anymore. As if to advise her hopelessness to her beak has a tattoo of Tree of Life on her upper left arm, but in reverse, where the Tree of Life stands for growth and new beginnings. She suggested my tree is the opposite. It is losing its leaves, it is dying, and once the tree died, the bird flew out of it. I don't see it as my soul leaving, but more as myself being free from life. Her liberation, as it were, will take place at home. No music, she said. I will be going on the couch in the living room, she added. The doctor really takes her time, and it's not that they walk in and say, lay down please. Most of the time it is her first cup of coffee to settle the nerves and create a soft atmosphere. Then she asks if I am ready. I will take my place on the couch. She will once again ask if I am sure, and she will start the procedures and wish me a good journey. Or in my case, a nice nap, because I hate it if people say safe journey, I'm not going anywhere. Then the doctor will administer a sedative followed by a drug that will stop Beak's heart. When she's dead, an euthanasia review committee will evaluate her death to ensure the doctor adhered to dear care criteria, and the Dutch government will almost certainly declare that the life of Zoya Turbeek was lawfully ended. She asked her boyfriend to be with her to the very end. There won't be any funeral. She doesn't have much family. She doesn't think her friends will feel like going. Instead, her boyfriend will scatter her ashes in a nice spot in the woods that they have chosen together. She said, I'm a little afraid of dying because it's the ultimate no, she said. We don't really know what's next, or is there anything that's the scary part? And we're going to keep on going on here, alright? So, and I'll put my 2 cents in this. Turbeek is one of the growing number of people across the West choosing to end their lives rather than live in pain. Pain that may, in many cases, can be treated. Typically, when we think of people who are considering assisted suicide, we think of people facing terminal illness. But this new group is suffering from other syndromes, depression or anxiety, exacerbated, they say, by economic uncertainty, the climate, social media, and a seemingly limitless array of fears and disappointments. I've seen euthanasia as some sort of acceptable option brought to the table by physicians, by psychiatrists, when previously it was the ultimate last resort. Steph Gromes, World Healthcare ethicist at Theological University Kaplan, and others told me. I see the phenomenon, especially in people with psychiatric diseases, and especially young people with psychiatric disorders, where the healthcare professional seems to give up on them more easily than before. Yeah. And this is what we have in society, guys. And we all know Canada does this, which, by the way, you can see here where Canada has assisted suicide as well. And this is just the insanity of this. She is 28. I'm a mere 3 years older than this person. And what I also find disgusting, too, is that her so-called husband or partner is allowing this to happen. And I can't, in my mind, to even try to rationalize the thought that because you have autism, because you have some type of depression or what have you, that you would just want to cease to exist. Now, I understand that depression can be severe for some other people, and I can somewhat understand this because I was in a deep down dark way myself. However, I don't think that suicide is ever the answer, because you are hurting many people. You are hurting your partner that I'm going to assume doesn't really care about you, because if he actually did, he would try his very hardest to stop you from doing this. I know I would, because I could not rationalize or fathom the fact that I would want my significant other to commit suicide in any kind of way possible. That's just abhorrent to me. Especially since I would care for their absolute well-being. It's one thing to where when somebody is on life support or what have you, or they have a very bad disease that's killing them, such as like there's no way of curing the cancer, it will just kill you anyways, and there's just no way. Like you're pretty much already at your deathbed, and you just want to go away, and that is more understandable. Or where you're a disease to where it's pretty much uncurable and you're going to die a horrible and miserable death. I can understand that. We do this to some animals, by the way, because, you know, we just don't want them to suffer any longer. These are actual rational and understanding things. But to do it just because either boredom or depression or what have you, or because you have autism, which obviously this guy doesn't care whether you have autism or any of these mental depressions or whatever. But again, I question the validity of this so-called man here, that he would let his significant other just perish like this. It's disgusting. And I can understand why none of her parents or her friends or what have you would want to be there. Because why would you want to off yourself like this? See, we're coming into a society, at least in Western civilization, mostly Canada and EU, to where suicide is the way forward. Where we're having the culture to where it's okay to die. And where we're also having doctors just not try nearly as hard to try to keep life and save her life. This is something that is completely gross to me. I can't possibly imagine on why we would make this a reality. This is a problem why I have with euthanasia and this type of stuff. It can have great benefits. I can understand this to where we just don't want our loved ones to suffer anymore. When it comes down to diseases that is literally killing them or eating them from the inside out, and there's nothing that all they do is suffer. Or people that have a severe mental illness where they're pretty much a vegetable and they can't function on them by themselves. They're just suffering and dying and being a vegetable. Like, we don't want that for people in most cases, and we can understand some rationality that maybe it might be best to just let them go. But in this way, this is just abhorrent. She's 28. She's 3 years younger than me, alright? That's abhorrent. And I still can't fathom over this thing of wanting people to die. Again, guys, this is something that's entering our culture, and hopefully the U.S. never, ever picks this up. But this type of abhorrent type of thing, to where we're just going to kill people because they're sad, they're bored, or they want this type of thing, it's insanity to me. I can't. It's insane. Hopefully, when you guys are ever in this depressive state, that you never reach this type of method. If you guys are in the Netherlands or in Canada, please just do not think that the world is the end. Don't think to where like you need to go. No, you can get help. You can fight through the demons yourself, and try to look for people around you as well. Join the Discord if you guys are actually ever depressed, and I'll talk to you personally and try to help you out. This is not something that we just need to laugh at and scoff off. No, this is something that is serious in matter, and where we just don't end young people's lives. This isn't like some type of 60 or 80-year-old that's on their deathbed and they're about to die. No, it's a 28-year-old that has so much more to go for. And it's disgusting that we're seeing this, and we're EU and Canada is just allowing this monster behavior to go on forward. It's just disgusting. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. This is algorithmic disease, the social media.